Welcome everyone to WrestleSlam, and thank you very much for taking time of your day to listen to all of our lovely, lovely voices. I'm Matt, that's right, second time. I'm now on hosting duties. No turning back now, and we are joined by, he is the founding father himself, and, well, he does have kids. It's Jerry Cullen on with us right now, and he is the man with the great eye for detail. And he has a smooth voice that's coming back once again. Welcome, Phil Connolly. What's the crack, Phil?
Oh, good.
And
My voice is better. My voice is better.
Oh, it's way better, buddy.
Yeah, I missed last week's show because that was really bad.
Yeah, but look, you're back now.
Yeah, I'm back and on demand.
And speaking of being on demand, we have a special guest with us right now, and he is none other than Mr. Derek Duke. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good, guys. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me on. You're doing a stellar job, with this podcast each week, lashing out fantastic content. So really lovely to be here with you.
Yeah, and before we start, Derek, we're going to put you right on the spot. Tell us a bit about yourself and about a certain past project yourself.
Well, yeah, look, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. Goes without saying, set up Irish Wrestle Talk recently. It's a personal project of mine, just to integrate more into the community, with like-minded folks like yourselves, and yeah, just to get a bit more involved in our own homegrown talent as well, and maybe help promote that a bit as well. So keep grappling with greatness, guys. That's what it's all about.
Oh, that is the great advice right there, lad. Yeah, because it's mad how big the Irish scene really is in Ireland, and how there's so many people coming together to share more of this passion. And because
Yeah.
never knew how big the scene was till we started WrestleSlam. So it's great to know that there's that the scene is expanding almost every single day.
It's massive, yeah. And look, growing up, a lot of my friends weren't into wrestling, and that's fair enough, but I suppose this gives me a chance to speak with the likes of yourselves and a lot more people. And just on a recent trip to WrestleMania there, got to meet a lot of people as well. So first WrestleMania, but it was fantastic. I'll definitely be heading back for more,
Yeah, WrestleMania, is that the independent show?
Yeah. No, it's just amazing. And look, we know the announcement over the weekend, so it's looking good.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. I mean, I think anything what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So let's hope WrestleMania.
That's definitely true, because Tim said he was never going again.
Oh God.
How quickly has times changed the minute I went to Vegas.
Yeah. If you have bad stories in Vegas, but you happen to be a wrestling fan, then you have to jump in it. But
I've got many more good stories in Vegas, by the way. And Tim Cronin was spotted outside the credit union on Tuesday morning, which was, you know what I mean, which is unique, you know what I mean. Well, not Tuesday morning. Today is Monday. He was outside this morning. He'll be outside tomorrow morning. So yes, Tim Cronin will be taking a loan out from the credit union, and he'll be going straight to Vegas.
Okay, and Derek, Tim is kind of like the urban legend here at WrestleSlam. He's just in the background somewhere, hovering around. So, I don't have my WrestleMania experiences yet. So, I think you have. I'm the only one that doesn't have a WrestleMania story yet.
You need to get on that, definitely. Yeah.
Unless
Jerry has so many of them.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's willing to loan me £100, then we'll be happy out. But that's that's a backup plan anyway. But,
definitely.
So we had a big show over this past weekend over in Villa Las in France. It is none other than Backlash, and it was a surprisingly good show. But the real best part about the show to me, the matches were great, I thought, but that's the crowd really into it. Did you think?
Yeah, the crowd was incredible. I was shocked. I suppose when you hear France, first of all, obviously the French are known to be a bit spontaneous and stuff, but I think when you have Triple H, Jey Uso, when you have headlines on every media platform in the country saying history being made, the best entrance of all time, they're definitely going to go back. When I seen Backlash pop up and I seen Lyon France, I was I was not against it. I was kind of saying to myself, I won't make the trip over. Given the fact, first of all, I didn't really know where Leon was. I'm so used to Paris and whatever else. But yeah, I kind of regret not going out, to be honest. The matches were incredible. They didn't really hold back in the show, to be honest. Obviously, look, Roman wasn't there. I know that. Obviously, some of the big hitters weren't there. But like obviously, like when you have like Cody, you've got some debuts. You know what I mean? It was unique. Jey Uso's entrance has probably broken the internet for so many views and likes, but it was class. It was class. I was trying to compare it to Money in the Bank in London, because obviously we got to go there and represent Sports Matters on the media perspective, and that was epic. But the French are just different gravy. And I genuinely believe the Irish can outdo it with the right venue. I do. I said it to Triple H after the presser in London, live on the network. I said, look, you need to get to Ireland. I genuinely believe the Irish can outdo it if they're prepped the right way. And now it's like a competition. The French have made a noise, but I think now every country they go to from now on, everyone's going to try and top it. Triple H is a genius. He says, you make noise, we'll come to your country. But I genuinely believe Ireland will top it. What venue are they going to use? The Three Arena is too small for something like that. But you know what I mean? Who knows what the future holds?
It could be in some place like the RDS. It's a bit bigger.
I'm trying to, Derek might know. What is, can you remember the capacity of the RDS? Is it more than the Three Arena? Obviously they can expand it.
It is. I was at a couple of Springsteen concerts there, I remember, in the past, and just depending on how it's rigged up and set up, you'd fit an awful lot more people into it than the Three Arena, that's for sure. Yeah.
So
feels like we need to really pitch to Triple H down the line. We just like, it's like, Triple H, can we call you Paul? Let's be real.
What's a really weird stat that I just came across today? There's no American premium live event until SummerSlam.
There is not, no. So I feel like they're really focusing on SummerSlam at the moment.
Canada for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But Saudi is always going to get a few now anyway throughout the year, That's the King of the Ring, isn't it? It's coming up a few weeks.
That's where King of the Ring is on, yeah. So
it's the Mecca, yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely locked with Saudi Arabia at the moment, but besides like the crowd, the amazing crowd who broke records, by the way, biggest audience in WWE history.
Well, it's easy to do it these days with inflation and high prices.
Yeah. So, but I think because of that, Triple H will have their eyes on going back to France down the line.
I think he said a stadium show next. Didn't he say something like that afterwards?
Yeah. So what we can say, he's a man with the plan. But of course, the audience was amazing, like we said. But what about the matches, lads? Which match out of every
opening match for me was amazing.
Yeah,
the opening one and the main event, I think, were the two for me.
Yeah.
Jerry, what about yourself? Because there wasn't really a bad match in my opinion. No. I think my least favorite match had to be the Kabuki Warriors taking on Rena Belair, and
a lot of botches in that one.
Because there was a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of botches here and there I noticed, but it was still a great match, I thought. But my personal favorite will always be the opening match of Randy Orton and Kevin Owens taking on the Bloodline. We actually had the unexpected debut to Tom Lua, which some of us expected, some of us didn't, because he's still on contract with New Japan. And I'm looking forward to see where the Bloodline storyline will take us, especially with Paul Heyman.
There's a rumor going around that Jacob Fatu was not allowed to leave the US.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You hear about that?
Yeah. When a rumor like that floats about, that's obviously true, guys. I think
Jeff Hardy had similar issues, didn't he, years ago?
Yeah, but sometimes they want them kind of rumors to go out there. Sometimes the actual rumor mill is made up by the actual person, that's actually involved in the rumor, It's just the way they work, I think the Bloodline, we're seeing something different here. Paul Heyman has a little glare in his eye. He still doesn't understand what's happening, but
I think he's doing wonders in that role at the minute, though. With what you say, he doesn't know what's happening, but he's playing a great role there. I think just building it all up.
Yeah, I love the backstage statement with Jay meeting the new bloodline and walking past Paul Heyman, walking past him, kind of giving a guy like help me, kind of where like he's being held hostage by the bloodline. And of course, like you said, Derek, your favorite match is definitely the main event of Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. Yeah.
Yeah, I think AJ, like, no matter what you do, there's a reason why the last couple of champions have faced him first, really, because you know what you're going to get with him in terms of match content and quality and everything like that. He looks fantastic at the minute as well. He's in great shape as well. I'm not a massive Cody fan, I think overall, I think AJ is a better performer. And there's no real storyline to this. It was just giving Cody a defense, I think, first defense of the title and everything like that. So yeah, good match.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that Cody was going to win. I think at the moment, safe to say, Cody's now the official poster boy of WWE at the moment. So they're going to keep the title on him. He's not going to like have the title longer than Roman Reigns, but they are going to try and like pull a 2007 John Cena for him, being like the unstoppable competitor with the title. Like so it was unexpected. I was expecting like interference, a cliffhanger, but it was a clean victory. Cody wins. So all in all, lads, on the spot, what's everyone's thoughts on Backlash before we move on?
Thumbs up for me.
Yeah, no, really good.
Yeah, surprisingly good. Yet again, I could be, I wouldn't say biased, but when they announced it and they said, yet again, I'm repeating myself, when they said Leon France, I was like, nah, how is that going to work? Never heard of such a thing in Leon France. And then bang, they plan a masterpiece. It just opens all gates, open up all avenues to, like, they could announce WWE in Budapest, Hungary, in Austria, Vienna, we know Bash of Berlin is August, you know what I mean? But it's just one of them. It's one of them things. No, we know what to expect, and they finally opened the gates. It just shows for many years Vince McMahon wasn't anti-Europe. Obviously, he done a lot of stuff in the UK. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see WWE in China. If we see him in Japan, it's imagine WWE in Japan. They probably have 100,000 stadiums. You know what I mean? That's the way they work there. It's Triple H has a game plan. It's going to work, and I reckon Ireland will happen within the next 3 years, guys.
I think a takeover. Bring us back a takeover. Just give us a takeover.
Yeah. They have to. No, obviously Lyra going to the main roster is a bit interesting, but look, we'll take the takeover any day. We're the 3 Arena. It's going to sell out. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Like, so yeah, this isn't just us saying like, come to Ireland. This is like, no, you will get serious money here in Ireland, like, and
the best money. Best money. You know what I mean? Yeah. The hardest working money. People work hard for a living, but they'll spend their money when NXT comes to the 3 Arena takeover. No doubt about it.
Exactly.
And speaking of tickets, Clash at the Castle are having very bad issues.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually got messages from people because I have family in Glasgow telling me, am I going to Clash of the Castle? Are we gonna go to Clash of the Castle? Gonna be a big maybe at like my end, of course. I'd rather go to RCW because I always enjoyed more independent wrestling scene than going to a big arena. But yeah, I've been hearing about that, Phil. What do you think about that?
It's mental. I think, was it Johnny was telling me, my buddy Jonathan and our buddy Jonathan, was like 600 quid or something for decent seats, and they're not brilliant seats.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's my concern, right, is that being a dad and having 3 kids, right, 2 boys and a girl. Now, the girl will probably turn out to be the biggest wrestling fan of them all. But anyway, my concern is that, like, for a parent, from Ireland that has to fly to Scotland, okay, fly to Edinburgh and go up to Glasgow, whatever, right? You're paying, say, 500 quid. You're paying for a hotel.
If you're bringing them all,
you're buying merch, you're doing this and that, right? It's an expensive trip. Vegas next year. People are already talking about Vegas for next year. Now, to be fair, to get to Vegas from Ireland, it's not normally reasonable. 500, 600, 700 quid, right, to fly. Hotels are very, very reasonable, okay? And Vegas is not that expensive in the sense of, like, obviously if you go there to gamble and stuff.
Well, there's no taxes or nothing. It's all tax free.
But it's just a very reasonable place, believe it or not. And like, But that's my concern. Like, they're offering all these premium deals, you know, corporate boxes. Don't get me wrong, if you have money and you have a company and you want to write off tax, yeah, go for it. But it's just it's scary how much it's costing now to go to a WrestleMania night 1, night 2. Obviously, Clash of the Castle, and it is a premium event. Don't get me wrong, it takes a lot to bring it to the UK. But it's just a lot of money. It make it like, you know what I mean? You really want to have savings, or you really want to have a good relationship with the credit union, because the money they're asking for to start off that trip, like obviously you could book your booking.com hotel. Prices do go up, to be fair, they have gone up. You know, the flights are normally okay, but it's not like you have that money lying in your pocket. Before you could, you know what I mean? Like it's scary, do you know what I mean?
Once you get there, then there's WrestleCon and there's all these other things as well that you want to go.
Yeah, no, you will find the way. You will find the way.
It's like good. It's like good news. We got like as wrestling fans, good news. We got a load of wrestling shows coming up around Europe, around like even in America. Bad news is we got a lot of wrestling shows coming up from WWE around Europe and everything. So it's kind of like, make sure you got all the money perfect. Like, so I mean, it should be a good come true. If we were a kid, it'll be unreal. We want to go, but now we're adults. We need to have savings money. That's something to think about. But going real quick to Backlash, is one thing everyone is noticing is there was a certain QR code in Backlash event, and it says, if anyone knows, it says open door. It was in French, of course, and if you scan it, I may be wrong, but it'll take you to a website. You have to do some serious decoding, like click left, right. But we're just gonna say that anyway. But you get like some mysterious audios of teasers of the Wyatt 6. So that when I saw that, I thought, oh, that is such a Triple H thing for him to do, just sneakily insert these debut teasers. So lads, what do you think? The Wyatt 6 paying tribute to the man himself, Bray Wyatt?
I'll wait and see how it goes before I say anything, because I'm not fully on board with something like this, because I don't know what it is.
There has to be some big reveal coming anyway, at some stage. Just to when it's going to be, I'm not sure. There's a lot of news floating around there online as well about it. You know, Uncle Howdy and the group and so on. Various names have been thrown out.
I think Alexa is a banker, because I think that was her voice in that little clip.
Yeah, I thought that too as well. It's a dangerous game they're playing, in a sense. Like we all want this to happen, right? And I'm all for it, but it's how do they run it? What is the duration of the run? And when it ends, what's the outcome?
Because
Dallas wins the world belt.
And
why not?
It was of all the clips, it was like a poem saying like a sheep in wolf's clothing. That was obvious direct hit to Eric Rowan, who recently signed a contract with WWE. So I feel like that they're not going to do massive vignettes. They're going to keep it just quiet, hidden, like they did with Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules a while back, which they did brilliantly, I thought. So I think that's what they're going to aim to do, have fans speculating online for it to be revealed.
That's the only thing I'll say, going back to Bray Wyatt. Like, a lot of the creativity around that was his own mind, you know, Bray's mind. They don't really have, you know, that kind of creativity. I think he was just one of a kind, you know. So it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, and like you look who's like, obviously we mentioned Eric Rowan, and obviously Braun's still floating about, and Alexa's obviously she's kind of taking a little break, but like the potential is there. Like, Bo Dallas, first of all, is a great wrestler. People underestimate how good he actually was. Like, him with a new gimmick would be incredible. He's definitely got all the attributes to be a big champion in WWE. But I'm all for Braun and Rowan being tag team champions.
There's a couple of other names.
Yeah, I've seen Nikki Cross was one of the names mentioned.
Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis. I think there's a few names.
I'm looking forward to, if there is going to be an end game to this. You mentioned Bo Dallas. Of course, he will be a part of it. Of course, it'll be a massive U-turn in his career. You know, no one took him seriously when he was in NXT. He was teaming up part of B Team. And then next, you know, if he's going to have a major gimmick paying tribute to his brother, he's going to take it seriously. Because like he said, he's an amazing wrestler. It's just he was just treated poorly by the fans, and
the gimmick didn't help him either.
Well, Vince was the one that fucked him up in the end, because Triple H was obviously the one that nourished him and gave him opportunities. So Bo was incredible in NXT, and I think when he crossed over, I always remember when he came out to the ring when Brock Lesnar was there. He came out and he was doing his own
Bo leave.
but Bo has a great look. First of all, yet again, he's a real wrestler. Like, prior to becoming a professional wrestler, like he's the real deal. We all seen, Immortal Bray Wyatt. We've seen his role in that. Like, I think Bray took up wrestling because of Bo Dallas, like, in a sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, it's I'm telling you, lads, if they get it right. Like, we all like that dark vibe, you know what I mean? That whole Bray thing.
But I don't want it to be like, I did not like that LA Knight and that match that the one with the lights.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be that.
I think everyone said that was kind of like a really bad taste. I didn't like the match because, well, obviously we were watching in the Macau at the time, and I think I said to you, I was like, "Guys, I can't see anything."
Yeah, we couldn't see anything.
Yeah. That was it. But no, I'm looking forward to see what it is. It's a good time for debuts, lads. We had debuted by Tangalua in Backlash, possibly the Wyatt 6. But there's one debut we're all talking about, all of Ireland is talking about, and that is indeed Lyra Valkyria and roster on the WWE draft.
Jerry said it there a few months back that it was coming.
It was coming, Jerry. It was right. I feel like you need to predict everything now at this stage, Jerry. World peace, like. But yeah, and
well deserved, well deserved,
like you said. I've never been so proud more of a wrestler than Lyra Valkyria. We've seen her starting off from when she was wrestling in Phoenix, when she was wrestling in OTT, and now then NXT, and now she's on the main roster. So to be honest, I'm surprised, lads.
But it's even the moments that we've had with Aoife over the years. I remember like doing, I think it was our first ever interview on camera, and then doing the second one. You were actually there, Matt, and Phil was there. We were at Neptune Stadium, Derek, and we were backstage. She just had a match. I think she just wrestled Raven Creed. I think this was after the match, maybe, wasn't it? Yeah, was it after the match?
No, it was before the match.
Was it before the match? Yeah, and she was actually quite nervous.
Yeah, it must be lovely for you guys, though, having seen her, in her like infancy, really, in it, and now getting to this stage, and I think she's in one of the qualifiers, isn't she, tonight or something as well? So.
Asuka, yeah, but she's like, you'll be the same, Derek. It's just one of these things. You'll probably start going to a lot of shows in due course and doing a lot, but it's one of them things. Like, I think we all kind of knew, even with LJ Clary and all these people, like even JD McDonough, because we've done a lot of stuff with JD McDonough, like with Jordan Devlin over the years. But Aoife's first match was in Cork, and we just said, like, this, she looks great. She can wrestle. You know what I mean? And it happened, but it's just incredible to see on Raw right now that you got so many Irish wrestlers. Sheamus, JD McDonough, Finn Balor.
And do you guys feel that she has the potential to be like, Becky Lynch or even better like than that?
I think that's what they're going to push her for. Shawn Michaels, you can see Shawn Michaels was even emotional when she got drafted, Phil.
Yeah.
My only thing, I think I've said this to you before, is her confidence holds her back. But but she's so much better, obviously, over the years. But it's still, I don't think for a long time, I don't think she believed that she could do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
but something clicked in the last 2 years, so I'm delighted for her, to be honest.
And it was so real that we got a chance to meet her at OTT. And this is why I like to say to any wrestling fans, go to an independent show, because you know who you're going to see that's going to make it. And you get to say, they made it big in WWE or in a major company, and be like, yeah, I saw them at this show.
Yeah.
So when you mentioned, Derek, about is she going to be bigger than Becky Lynch, I'm like, I can say equal. I could see her going far. Like, remember, Jeremy and you, we had an interview with Seth Martina. We explained how high the Irish flag is over in WWE, and that just shows how big the scene is here and how devoted they are. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah, first of all, I know JD McDonough will be a champion in WWE again. He's already been a champion, but he was cruiserweight champion, wasn't he? Yeah,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he will something big in the future. JD has a massive following in the back. He's kind of got that klutzy way about him backstage and on screen. But JD McDonough will be a world champion. Well, I'm not going to say world. He's going to be a WWE champion within the next 12, 18 months. There's no doubt about that. Do I think can he become a WWE champion? I think why not? But yet again, Lyra Valkyria, I'm telling you guys, I think she will be. She's going to have a WrestleMania moment. I could see her facing Becky Lynch or Bayley or God only knows in the next WrestleMania 41, WrestleMania 42. It's going to happen, and I have no doubt about it. She's going to be in the Royal Rumble as well in 2025, and I'm telling you right now, she will be thereabouts to win that Royal Rumble.
That would be fantastic, yeah.
I'm going to say something really bold, but of course she's going to be facing Asuka. There's a lot of talk that she'll lose this one. I would love her to see her beating Asuka.
She will beat Asuka, I'm telling you.
I think she'll beat Asuka as well.
And because a lot of people, unfortunately, still don't watch NXT and not know of her. So I think this would be a good introduction for Lyra on the main roster by beating
My only concern with Raw tonight is there's too many matches.
It's the most matches in 31 years on the card, I think, tonight. It's crazy.
That's where I think you need video packages of all the new people who've come up. Especially, I know we were talking about Lyra, but Kiana James is one they brought up. A lot of people will not know who she is, and she won't get a reaction.
Yeah, and it's kind of upsetting about that because a lot of people
upsetting because they've worked their asses off for years.
Yeah. Just because now that we're living in the Triple H era, we're so happy that we're going to see someone from NXT was amazing, got talks, put on the main roster, they don't get treated the same respect. Now that we're living in a Triple H era, they're going to get noticed straight away, lads.
Yeah, I think he's well. He's doing a lot with NXT. He's keeping his finger on the pulse, as they say. So
I think it's time to bring back vignettes.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. Just for new people who've been coming up from NXT. It gives the audience familiarity before they come out.
Yeah, that's like when Finn Balor came on the main roster a while back, listing all the accomplishments done. So that proves that this guy will be a big deal. So it's having that same vibe is just unreal and amazing. Exactly. Now, of course, looking at the time, lads, we'll be wrapping up soon. But real quick, what's everyone's thoughts on the draft so far? Do you think it's shaking up the main roster?
Worst one I've ever seen. Really bad, yeah. Like, what was the point of it? There was no changes.
And no real significant changes anywhere, so kind of tells you what way they want to go. And we're happy enough with it as it was. Like, I suppose they have some storylines in mind.
Yeah, I don't understand why in this day and age Pierce and Aldis can't just do a blind draft, like literally just throw everything out and just do it from new.
Must be something backstage though. There must be the top guys having dibs saying,
it's to do with TV.
I'm not going to fucking SmackDown.
Well, it's to do with TV deals and stuff like that. USA don't want to lose whoever and whoever. So it's tough. Yeah.
Because to be honest, lads, I completely forgot about that the draft was going to happen. I'm like, because I feel like a lot of the wrestlers are just jumping constantly ships. The only thing I do like is just the NXT, who's getting called up from the NXT side. So
that's probably where they do it.
Yeah. And it's like you said, Derek, Phil, it's like there's no difference.
Yeah, there was one or two alright, but it wasn't anything major.
No.
Like, I'm really intrigued by Blair Davenport moving to SmackDown.
I was just thinking that, I swear to God.
Yeah, no, I am, because she's one that we saw when she was 18 years old on OTT. And I actually said to you on the time, I think she's going to be really good. I think
what was her name before that again?
It was like Bio Priestley. That's her.
Yeah, Bio Priestley. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Because I think she was
in the same match as that girl that got injured a lot.
Nixon New.
Yeah, Nixon New. She was in that match. She was in that match that night.
But I think she was dating Will Ospreay as well.
She was for a long time.
Yeah,
right.
that was
Yeah.
Osprey got a bollocking off her in the end. I think that's
Yeah.
how that ended up. But anyway, yeah, it's she's gone to
She's
SmackDown, and
yeah,
that they must think highly of her because she's only kind of been at NXT for like, is it 12 months?
yeah, a year, yeah.
So there you go.
All those stars now are all on Raw and SmackDown from the old NXT UK.
Yeah.
With Dragunov as well as gone to Raw.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dragunov versus Gunther down the line.
Well, it's going to happen in this King of the Ring tournament, I'd say.
That's probably going to be happening in Bash in Berlin. It'll be something else like.
Well, it's going to happen for that. It's going to happen in the King of the Ring semi-final.
No, never say never, as WWE once said.
I do have a bit of news there that just came out before we came on the air.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler is now left WWE.
That's correct. Yeah, they didn't renew his contract. So I think he's still signed to a Legends deal or something like that. But
interesting. Inside the Rope present Jerry the King Lawler live in Dublin. That's what's next for Jerry Lawler. Come to Dublin, my man. Come to Cork.
I would love to meet Jerry the King Lawler. We already met Jim Ross when he was in Limerick years back. So
amazing.
The childhood voices.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So lads, we are now officially wrapping up for this episode. And Derek, of course, do you want to talk really briefly more about Irish Wrestle Talk and where we can find you online?
You can find me, all across your favorite socials. I'm there, so I'd really appreciate a follow from anyone that's into the content. And thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it as well. And just keep grappling with greatness,
Derek, I have to ask you a question, my man. Obviously, you went to WrestleCon and obviously at WrestleMania, it was the first time. Did you get starstruck at any stages? We put up the picture of you and Ronda Rousey on the Instagram page. I'm just curious to say, what was Ronda like? What was the other stars like? Did you encounter
Ronda Rousey? Yeah, Ronda was really, really nice, very pleasant. You read a lot of stories beforehand, and but I have to say she was exceptionally nice. I know she was promoting a book as well at the same time. That always helps.
Yeah.
But out of everybody I met, like Hulk Hogan, was the dream, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan was an absolute gent. And so many stories. He has some friends down around your way and from my County Cork as well.
Yeah, I got that story as well, actually, believe it or not.
So I have to say it was really, really good. Starstruck, yeah, definitely. You're going to be that way because they were childhood heroes, in a way. But I mean, they're so used to meeting fans and talking all the time, and I just love hearing their stories, that type of thing. So
was Hogan okay? Yeah, hey brother.
Yeah, come here, big man. The usual. Lovely to meet you, brother. It. Yeah, but he's still a huge beast of a man. 72, 73 years of age. But yeah, fantastic experience.
Love it. That is some stories. So Derek, thank you for coming on, and lads,
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Don't forget RCW. Say hello to my little friend. Tickets still available.
They announced their main event just 2 days ago.
Yes,
they did.
Stuff.
I feel like Jerry, you wanna say what the main event is since you're wearing the merch, like.
Well, yes, we'll mention the main event. I just have to quickly mention there's a reason I'm wearing this top. Anita Vaughan, guys, she has moved to London, so that is breaking news. She's obviously moved to the UK. And she's moved to the UK for a reason, and the reason is to get more action when it comes to the world of wrestling. Obviously, look, the UK scene is absolutely huge, so we want to wish her the best of luck. And Anita, we're proud of you as always. But say hello to my little friend, guys. Obviously, look, June 15th, the PAB Cork, the main event has been announced. The champion, Owen Richards, returns. He returns to defend his prestigious title against Flash Morgan Webster, guys, and that's at the PAV. The first bell, 6 p.m. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. June 15th, and it also is Billy Bellham's birthday. So yet again, guys,
and also as well, we will be on hand filming more of this documentary.
Yes, the documentary is going on, guys. As you probably know, this has been in the pipeline for a long time, but this documentary is going to be dropping in due course, perhaps maybe before the end of the year. But Phil has got some big plans, and we've recorded stuff already at the last show with the help of Matt, and of course Phil But yet again, June 15th, the Pab Cork, Rebel County Wrestling. We might try and get Derek down for a few points at some stage. Well, listen, it's going to be great.
We're not asking. Come on down to Cork, like you're in this.
I'd be delighted to, guys. Yeah, delighted to.
The moment you agreed, yeah, sure, I'll be on an episode. We secretly said, also come down to Cork. Okay, great, Terry. That's it.
Brilliant.
Right, so, Bill, Jerry, Derek, a great episode. Stay classy. And for those who are listening right now or watching this even, stay classy. And thank you for, and you're being class for watching this. And have a classy day. I'm still ending it like that, lads.
Take care.
Guys.